A very good evening, children. Myself Deepak Jain. I'll be starting with arithmetic progression. This is a very new topic because you have not studied at all in your recent standards, and a very easy and a properly formula based. This is the first part of the chapter where we'll be learning exactly what is AP. So let's start. So if you look at this diagram, can you see the first part? There's only one box. Then second, there are 3 boxes. Third, there are 5. Fourth, there are 7. Again, here if you see second question, that is 3 boxes, 6 boxes, 9 boxes, 12 boxes. So in this particular first sequence of the steps, every time 2 steps are increased from the previous one. So previously there was 1, now there are 3. So 2 steps have been increased. If you see the third and this one, again 2 steps have increased. If you see these two, again 2 steps have increased. Similarly, if you talk about these boxes and these boxes, there are 3 increased boxes. Then between 9 and 6, 3 boxes have increased. Again between 12 and 9, 3 boxes are increased. So in this set, always 3 boxes are increasing. In this set, always 2 boxes are increasing. Let's talk about further examples. Here if you see, every time the number is increased by 2 from the previous one. First it was 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on. Similarly, here if you see, this every time 3 numbers are increased. So 3 is increased. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. If you see throughout, the difference between the next number and the previous number remains same. Let's take one more example. Now see, if I talk about our pocket money, it increases every year. Let us assume that it increases every year with a fixed amount and it started with 1000. So how it will go on? It will go on like this: 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 1800, 2000 and so on. So every year it will go on increasing by 200 rupees. That is again the difference between two numbers remains constant. If you see 1200 minus 1000, 100, 200 sorry, 1400 minus 1200, 200, 1600 minus 1400, 200. There is a difference remains constant in all this series. Are you getting it? Such a series where a difference remains constant throughout between consecutive terms is called as an AP. Is called as an AP. Such a series is called as AP. Let's look at another example. Now see, the series is decreasing: 100, 70, 40, 10. So the difference is minus 30. That is 70 minus 100. We always do the next number minus the previous number. So 70 minus 100 minus 30. 40 minus 70 is minus 30. 10 minus 40 is also minus 30. So again this is an AP series. One more example. If I do minus 2 of minus 3, I get 1. That is, I am doing minus 2 minus of minus 3. So I'll get the answer as 1. Now see, if I talk about this series, here all the numbers are same. All the numbers are same. That is 3, 3, 3, 3. So difference remains same. That is 0. So see, I have taken one example where the difference is 0. One example where difference is negative. One example where difference is positive. So in AP, the difference can be positive, difference can be negative, difference can be 0 also. No matter what is the difference, if it remains constant, it is called as an AP, that is arithmetic progression. So all these examples constitute arithmetic progression. Let's learn a little bit ahead. There are some more series that is called as GP and HP. Let us look at them also. For just introduction, it will be used in your later 11th standard and 12th standard. So see, a series where difference remains constant, that is 4 minus 2 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 6 is 2. So that series is called as AP. Just now we have learned. Similarly, sometimes the ratio may remain constant. That is, if I talk about 2 upon 1, it is 2, 4 upon 2, it is 2, 8 upon 4, it is 2. If in a series the ratio remains constant, then it is called as geometric progression. If I talk about the last one, the numerator is compulsory 1 and denominator, if you just see the numbers of denominator, forget about the fraction, just see the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. They are by default an AP. If the denominator is an AP, then the fractions are in HP, that is harmonic progression. So in future you will learn what is GP and HP. Just to give an introduction, I have just explained you. We'll not go into further details of this. Let's further move on to AP and focus more on AP now. Let's take a fixed series 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, that is our pocket money. So if we talk about all these numbers are nothing but terms. All these numbers are called as terms. This is 1000 is the first term, 1200 is the second term, 1400 is the third term, 1600 is the fourth term. The difference remains constant, so the difference is denoted by D. D stands for common difference. So you see, all the terms are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on up to AN. So A1 is 1000, A2 is 1200, A3 is 1400, A4 is 1600. Common difference is D. So also we tell first term A1 as A also. We denote the first term by A also. So let's summarize what is an AP. An AP is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. We cannot add anything to the first term. The second term is nothing but first term plus common difference. Third term will be second term plus common difference and so on. The fixed number is called the common difference, and as we have discussed, it can be positive, negative or 0. So in general, the AP can be, if the first term is A, second will be A plus D, third will be A plus 2D, then A plus 3D, A plus 4D and so on. If we can check, the difference between these two is D. Again, the difference between these two is also D. Let's verify. If I talk about the difference between these two, I'll get A plus 2D minus A minus D. So A cancel, A cancel, so 2D minus D will give you answer as D. Okay. Remember this sequence, that is A plus D, A plus 2D and so on. Now we need to check in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why. The first one, the taxi fare after each kilometer, when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for additional kilometer. Now when we travel by taxi, Uber, Ola and all, the basic fare remains the same no matter how much less than 1 kilometer we travel. So after 1 kilometer, the amount goes on increasing by a fixed amount. Let us say here it is given as 8 rupees per kilometer after the first kilometer. So the sequence may be, for first kilometer it will be 15 rupees. For second it has to be 15 plus 8, that is 23. For third it will be 23 plus 8, that is 31. For fourth kilometer it will be 31 plus 8, 39 kilometer. Now if we see this complete series, the difference between the two subsequent kilometers remains constant. That is 23 minus 15 will give you 8, 31 minus 23 will also give you 8 and 39 minus 31 will also give you 8. So here the difference remains same. So it is an example of AP. Second example, the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So what we'll do to make it simple, let us assume that the amount of air initially was X. When nothing was pumped out, the air amount was X. Now, for the first time, while removing 1/4 of the air, that is present air minus 1/4 of that present air, that is X minus 1/4 of X. If I solve this, it will become 4X minus X, that is 3X by 4. Now, the amount of air present is 3 by 4X. So second time it will be the present air. Now what is the present air? 3x by 4 minus 1/4 of that present air. Let us check now what we get. So it will be 3x by 4 minus 3x by 16. If I simplify by cross multiplication, I'll be getting 9 by 16. Similarly, air will go on removing, will not find further terms. From these three only we'll check whether it is an AP or not. So the actual series becomes x 3x by 4 comma 9x by 16. Now let us check the consecutive differences. So first, if I say 3 by 4x minus x, I'll get minus 1 by 4x. If I take third term and second term, that is 9 by 16x minus 3 by 4x, I get minus 3 by 16. Both the values are okay. For the following APs, means by default AP is given, you just write the first term and the common difference. So here, what is the first term? First term is A equal to 3. The first number is called as the first term. How will you find the difference? You will take second number minus the first number. That is, second number is 1 minus the first number. So 1 minus 3 will become minus 2. Let's take one more example. What is the first term over here? Minus 5. What is the difference? It is minus 1 minus of minus 5. Don't forget to take this minus sign. The second term minus is by default. Then the first term. What is first term? Minus 5. So it becomes minus 1 plus 5, that is 4. Now write first 4 terms. Just have to write the first 4 terms of AP when the first term and common difference are given. Suppose the first term is 10 and common difference is 10. So what is the first term? 10. As discussed, what will be the second term? A plus D. So A plus D becomes 10 plus 10, that is 20. A3 will be A plus 2D, that is 10 plus 2 times D. What is D? 10. So it comes out to be 30. Then A4 will be A plus 3D, that is 10 plus 3 times 10, that is 40. So the sequence becomes 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. One more example I'll take. Here A is minus 1 and common difference is half. So the first term minus 1. What is the second term? A plus D, that is minus 1 plus half. What is minus 1 plus half? Minus half. Then A3 will be A plus 2D, that is minus 1 plus 2 times half. So this becomes 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes 0. Fourth term will be A plus 3D, that is minus 1 plus 3 times half, that is 3 by 2 minus 1, which will be half. So series becomes minus 1, minus half, 0, half and so on. Now, which of the following sequences are AP? If they are in AP, find common difference. So let us take the first example. It is 2, 4, 8, 16. So your first term is 2, second term is 4, third term is 8, fourth term is 16. So let us check the differences. First I'll check difference between second term and the first term, that is A2 minus A1. So I'll get 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. Then third term minus second term. So third term is 8, second term is 4. So 8 minus 4, it gives you 4. The last one, A4 minus A3. So 16 minus 8. I'll get the answer as 8. So if you see from first, second, third, the difference is not constant. So it is no more an AP. Just one more example. It is root 2, root 8, root 18, root 32. So A1 is root 2, A2 is root 8, A3 is root 18, A4 is root 32. So it will be A2 minus A1. root 8 minus root 2. What is root 8? 2 root 2 minus root 2. I'll get answer as root 2. How root 8 becomes 2 root 2? Root 8 is nothing but 4 into 2. What is square root of 4? 2. So root 2 remains as it is. Similarly, a3 minus a2 is root 18 minus root 8, that is 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2, that is root 2. Similarly, you can see that the difference remains same in all the three cases. So here it is an AP. Sorry, here there is a mistake. The difference written is wrong. Let's rectify it. It should be root 2 and not minus 3. Okay.